So then the third was Kevin, and he also was in July, and he was born 3 years after Andy, July 26, 1998. So we wound up with three granddaughters and three grandsons, and they're all getting bigger now and making us very proud.
Yes, yes.
Good, good. All right. So what year did Dad retire?
2000.
2000. And we had less one. So good. We're right on time for that. We're now coming to. It's Dad retired, and my note here is okay. I really need help. What are you doing? And where we're gonna lead to after this? It's gonna kind of. We've been going out and diverging. After this, it's gonna go. So what's how big is the family now? And you can do this or not. I was thinking, you just go, well, I don't even know if that makes sense anymore. Yeah, it might not even make sense. So after this, we're thinking of what?
No,
I have some stuff to say.
Okay, good, good. So then go.
Okay, so then the year, huh?
Just introduce this a subject.
Yeah,
All right.
it's the year 2000, and Andy is retiring. It's, I believe, like October 1st.
It was a tough decision on my part because I was always planning to go out at 65, and Jan was saying, no, I got to go out at 62, and the traveling that I was involved with at the time, which was from our house in Chalfont, Pennsylvania, out to Kennett Square, one way was about 55 miles, and that was getting tired after a number of years doing that. So, yeah, I got talked into going out a little earlier. Wasn't quite 62.
And they gave him a wonderful retirement party, which was very, very nice. All his coworkers, and he was very popular. So then we thought, oh, we're retired. Let's get a camper. So we bought our first camper trailer, and
At
nice
that time,
little
we had a
Sunline.
Chevy Astro.
Yeah.
Chevy Astro, six-cylinder Astro, and we're a little bit concerned about whether it was strong enough to pull a camper, but we got the camper. It was considered a light, and the rating on the Astro in terms of how much it could tow versus what the camper was, they were compatible. It could tow it. I wouldn't tow it up the Rocky Mountains, but it could tow it.
But it was fun, and we went up to Maine, and we took dogs with us. And one of our nicest trips was we took two granddaughters to Florida, and that was in 2001 in November. And we took Brittany and Samantha in the camper to Florida to Disney World. We stayed at Fort Wilderness, and it was a wonderful, wonderful trip. The girls just enjoyed it so much, and we did too. And they were very good travelers. So, and then we've been we always wanted to go out west, but we haven't made that yet. But we will. But we've been Maine to Florida, and last February we took two dogs and a cat, our Winston and Pebbles and Carson, to the Keys, and we spent a month down in the Keys, which was really nice.
At this point, though, the first camper uh, uh, was traded in for a slightly larger camper. The first camper did not have any convenient sitting area inside, and the replacement camper at least has a place where you can sit and relax a little bit. And then, of course, the car was upgraded to Tahoe, and again they were rated for each other, so the Tahoe could pull the camper, and it went up and down the
And
coast.
we love camping, so. And every year, the men in the family, they take the camper and they go on a fishing trip, and they've been doing that for several years,
Yes,
which is a nice bonding thing with all the boys in the family.
yes, yes. This last one was quite memorable with catching fish. Kevin caught a fish. I caught a fish. Michael caught a fish, and Andy and we couldn't catch the fish. Finally, the last day, Kevin and I decided we're going to close up this camper and send Mike and Andy out to the stream one more time. You got to catch a fish. And they should have been back to the campsite by about 11 o'clock, 11:30. Well, as I understand it, being told to me, Michael's fishing with Andy and no fish, or if there was a nibble or a caught fish, couldn't land it. So, and the time is running, and it's getting closer to 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Oh, Andy, this is the last cast. We have to get back to the camper. And out goes the cast, and Andy, I got one! I got one! And Andy pulls it and pulls it. Michael's so excited at this point as he's got to get at the net. He's got to get this fish, and he got to bring it in. And he goes after it, and he misses it. Oh no! And he goes one more time, and he's got the fish in the net and everything, and just throws it up on the bank. But Andy caught the fish. He got a
Hooray!
fish. Hooray! And there's many pictures of that memorable moment.
Yeah, but retirement's really great, and we enjoy camping, and we enjoy just having lunch with friends and family. And now the big thing to look forward to is our trip to Europe. And Ken and Cindy surprised us with a trip, a 7-day Mediterranean cruise, and
And also the fact that originally we didn't realize or think that they were going with us.
and then they said they were going with us, which was that was even better. That was great.
So now
Now it's the four of us going in May of 2010, and then we got at the our party, our 50th anniversary party, and I was given these certificates and this thing to read, and Ken and Cindy we're going to take Mo and Mike and Karen. So the seven of us are going on a cruise to Europe, which is exciting.
very exciting. Yikes.
Thank you, Ken and Cindy.
Yes, indeed.
Good. Okay. You got all these things good. We're really coming to the end here. So I think the
Good.
next is. Um, so what's the future hold? Talk about your bucket list, and then we're going to get into what's your secret to success. How did you make this last? And then you can say something nice to each other, and then fade to black, and boom. So your bucket
before
list.
you do that,
Okay.
do you want to say anything about some of the things that we did to the house? When I say some of the things, this is after retirement. Closing in the breezeway, taking out the pool.
If that's what you want to do,
I
then
don't know.
yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just a few more things about post-retirement time frame. We're active with the camping as we talked about, but there were quite a few little projects around the house that had to be done. Initially, we had a open breezeway that connected the house to the garage, and we thought, gee, we have at this point in time we have a number of dogs. We have 6 yet. We have 6 dogs
when
yet. So
we retired, we had 6 dogs.
and the dogs were living in the house in what we call the dog room, and we decided, if we were able to close in this breezeway, it would make a wonderful, wonderful area for the dogs, and they wouldn't have to be messing in the house, and we could put a doggy door in. They can come and go. It would just make things fun. All right, so that was one of my projects after retirement to build or close in the breezeway, putting in 2 walls, and Jan had a bucket list at that time. Oh, let's see. I want a sliding door. I want skylights. I want windows. I want a pantry cabinet. I want a doggy door. I want tile floor. I want a ceiling fan. Holy cats! But it took time. But it
I
got
got it
done.
all. And Dick Bitchy helped too.
Oh
He
yeah,
enjoyed it. Yeah.
he
Yeah,
came
he
over
helped.
and he was helping. Oh, and the cupola on the top.
Yeah,
The
that we
cupola
bought
on the
in
top
Maine.
that was purchased in Maine.
In Maine,
And
yes.
shipped to us. And the first one that arrived was broken. We had to send it back, and they sent us a replacement. And then the key there, you know, cupolas, uh, they don't look real large until you try to get one on top of a roof. And they're huge and they're heavy. And Dick Mitchie did a lot of work at helping me get that cupola up on top of the house, on top of the roof. And so that was one activity. And another thing that we decided after wrestling with it for quite a while, in Chalfont, we did have a pool in the backyard, and it's getting to be how many years old is it? 10 or is it over?
No, it had to be over 20.
Over 20 years old. This pool has got the original vinyl liner in it, and things are starting to get brittle, and needed a lot of attention or more attention. And the thing of it was, all the kids are now married. They have their own children, and the pool is not getting used that much. As a
And it
matter
was
of
never
fact,
warm enough.
yeah, right.
For me.
So I'm winding up to being the only one to use it. Maybe we used it once a year or something. And the yard, the trees, everything is getting bigger. The debris is coming. Anyway, the bottom line is time to take the pool out, and we did.
It cost almost as much to take it out as it did to put it in.
Yes, yes.
So,
and this is 20 years later, so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's the way it was. But I don't think we are sorry that we took it out.
No.
It made the yard more usable, and we weren't using the pool that much at this point, so it was a good thing to do. It was a good thing to do.
But getting back to the camping trips and going all over, last February, I have a bucket list where before I kick the bucket, there are things I'd like to do. And one of them was to swim with the dolphins. So when we went to Florida and down to the Keys, near Marathon, they had a dolphin area.
Yeah,
And I got to swim with the dolphins, which was nice. So
yes, that was a highlight of your trip there.
yes,
It
was a
with the
huge
dolphins.
highlight. I just loved it.
And it was a cool time frame. That the air was cool. The water temperature was down in the 70s.
It felt like 68. It
Yeah.
was cold, but once I got in and the dolphins, I forgot about the cold.
Didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't go into our pool because it
Yeah.
was too cold. It was probably around 78. But oh yeah, we're going to pool with the dolphins. 68.
Yeah.
That's warm. That was good.
So the other thing on our bucket list is we have to get to the Grand Canyon. We have to do that, and I'm hoping maybe next year, before we get too old. And that would be a wonderful trip.
That would be a good trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
But first, we have to enjoy Europe.
yes, that's right.
Which we will do.
Yep.
There's like 5 minutes left.
Kick it, so,